Hey everybody, it's Amy Gretchen. Welcome back. So I had several requests to show how I separated the word or the letters in the Bah Humbug and the Fa La La digital files. So I'm just going to show you that today, but I wanted to actually start in Lightroom so you could just see one more time how I find these digital files and open them up very quickly in Photoshop. If you have not seen that video, I will have it linked below so you can go check that out and see a deeper dive of how I'm using Lightroom to find these files. So I am actually in my digital folder. You can see over here to the left, I've got all of my digital stored in one place. I'm going to come up here where it says text. Click on that and it's going to bring up this search bar. You can see the last thing I searched was gratitude because for I think it's day 21, I'm doing a gratitude page. So then I am going to trying to decide what I'm looking for. So I'm looking for Fa La La. And right now, like I said, I'm in the broader folder of digital. I could have gone all the way to December daily, but because I knew that Fa La La was only going to be in December daily, I thought that that would be fine. So you can see this is the file that I'm looking for. It came up right away. One is a puffy sticker, one is the plastic word. I want to do the plastic word. You can see that it shows the name of the file right there. I'm going to click right onto this file, and I know that this file, the Bah Humbug file, is included in the same file folder. So when I right click on this, I'm going to come down to Show in Finder. If you've got a Windows, it'll probably say Show in Explorer if that's what Windows use. Still, I haven't used a Windows in a few years, so I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to click on that. So it doesn't look like anything happened, but actually it did. It's just that I have this file opened up in another screen. So this is the file that is holding this word. You can see it's probably pretty small, but it says Bah Humbug there, and then it's got the Fa La La. So let's just do this with the Fa La La because it's the exact same steps for both. I'm going to right click this and I'm going to open it in Photoshop. So you can see that Photoshop it's starting to open up now, and now I've got my file open, and that's how easy it is to look for a digital file and open it up in your software. So you should be able to open it up in whatever software you like the most. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to isolate these letters. So what you could do is you could do all the dark red and all of the light red, and you could isolate that. But I actually want to do only one because I found it to be so much easier to do one cutout of the entire word and then only have some of the letters that you're cutting out. So I think that I will do, and I can't remember if this is what I actually did, but I think I'm going to do the lighter red as the cutouts. And then the rest of it I will cut out completely. So what I want to do for that is I want to isolate this lighter red. So I'm going to come over to, and I am in Photoshop. This is the newest version, but you should be able to do this in any version. And I know other programs like Canva, you should be able to do this. You just need to find the right tools. This is the select tool or the magic wand. I'm going to click on this red color, and then I'm going to right click and I'm going to come down to similar. And what that means is it's going to select all of that light red color. It's going to select everything that is within that same color. You can see that the darker red is actually not selected. Let me get just a little bit closer so you can actually see that. I've got these three things selected. So then I'm going to right click again and I'm going to come down to layer via copy. So I'm just going to make a copy of that because I want to keep this file intact. Now, one of the things that I could do that would make this a little bit easier as I move this into the Silhouette, or if you're using the Cricut. So I'm going to come down to the layer, make sure you are on the full layer of this file. I'm going to come down where it says FX, click on that, and then find color overlay. Like, what is it that I'm looking for? So I'm looking for color overlay, and I want to make this whole thing black. And the reason why it doesn't look like the A's are black is because there is a file on top of the A. But if I uncheck this, I might have to hit OK. So hit OK. And then if I uncheck this eyeball, you can see that it actually is all black. And I could do the same thing for the A's if I want to do that. This will just make it, like I said, a little bit easier to trace when we get into Silhouette, but you can trace really easily with a red. So I'm just going to leave it so you guys can see that it will trace really good. The next thing that we want to do is we need to save these files separately. I don't know that I've tried bringing in layers into Silhouette. It's possible to do that probably with a business. They have like several different versions of the program, but we are just going to save these in different files. So I'm going to uncheck the A's and I'm going to save this file, and I'm going to just do save as. I'm going to save it to my computer, and we're just going to save it to my desktop. And I'm going to just I think I'll do black so I know that I've made an adjustment to Allie's file, but I do like to keep the name. And then I'm going to, now that that is saved, I'm going to uncheck that whole file or uncheck the word, and then I'm going to click back on the A's and I'm going to save this. Just go through all of the steps, and you can see that it's saving the same, and I'm just going to hit A there. So to change it, so it's two different files. So now I'm going to open up my Silhouette and open up these files because they are going to be ready to trace and then cut out. It's super, super simple. All right, so now let's open. I think what I will do, I'm off on the other screen here. Let me pull this over so you guys can see. So I've got these files that are on my desktop, and I'm just going to pull them in. And in fact, I think I need to do one at a time. So there we go. Move those off to the side. So it looks like they're coming over as its actual size. You could make this bigger and you can make this smaller. Obviously, I made this a little bit smaller, but we're just going to leave it. If you do want to change the size, it looks like they are the exact same size here. You just want to make sure that you change the dimensions to both of them the exact same so that they will fit together. So you can see that they have the white background to it. Not a problem. We are going to scan both of these. So I'm going to come over here to the little butterfly looking icon, which is the trace panel, and I'm going to select the trace area, and I'm just going to select both of these together. You can see that they're both highlighted, both black and red did fine. I might up the threshold just slightly, and then I'm going to click on trace. Now, I don't need these files anymore because I'm just going to worry about the cut files here. I'm going to select both of these and just get rid of them, like I said, because I don't need them. But now you can see that I've got the, and they are connected. So what I want to do is probably click on them. So they're highlighted, and click on, I guess, remove compound path. And what you're going to see when I do that is all these little pieces are separate. So let me get a little bit closer so you can see that there's like a selected rectangle here, and then the A is selected. So once you've done that, just click on the whole thing, and then you're going to want to right click and click on make compound path. And now this is all combined together in a group. And I'm going to do the same for this. Right click and then make compound path. So we've got this file we're going to cut out in the dark red, and then this file we're going to cut out in the light red. Now, actually, I don't necessarily love the way this looks. They are going to come out separate, and I feel like it's wasteful for the paper. So what I will probably do is click on it again, release compound path, and then make sure as I'm moving this A that I move it with the inside. So I'm just going to move these together so that they don't shift. And I'm just doing this to save on paper. So you don't necessarily have to do that. And then I'm going to select them all again. And then I'm going to make a compound path just so they will stay together. All right, so one more thing I want to do before I send this off to cut. So when I put this together, instead of using the foam tape, I actually stacked up more cuts. So you're going to want to duplicate the A. Now, like I said, I liked that look of having that much dimension, but you may not want to. You may just want to do one cut, but if you want to do multiple, you're going to want to copy it here. So you're going to select the A's, and they should be grouped together, and then hold down Option or Command, and we are just going to click and drag, and it's going to make a copy. I can't remember if I did 2 or 3, but if you want to do another one, just click down on Option or Command and then click and drag, and then you've got another set of A's there that you can stack up and that you can create some dimension. I think it is a lot easier to cut more, stack them, than to use those foam squares. Plus, I think you can see the foam squares on the side, and it just looks a lot cleaner this way. So I preferred that because it actually made it look like almost like a chipboard piece or something like that. So I loved the look of that. So once you are done with that, like I said, you don't have to do multiples, but that is how you do it if you want to. I'm just going to click on send so we can send it to our silhouette. And how I would do it here is in this top portion, you can see that I've got my measurements. So from 1 to 4, I would stick a piece of paper, the darker red color, or, if you're using like, let's say greens, the darker green. And then for the A's, just right under the 4, all the way, making sure I go probably to 9.5 inches. I've got my lighter color. I think mine was pink. So you've got your red up top and then your pink, and that way you can cut them all together. Just make sure to change your settings to whatever paper you're going to be using. I think I did use a heavier cardstock, and I did do 2 passes. So, and then, you can just send it off to your silhouette once you've got your settings together. If you're not 100% sure, I would just use the materials. Just click on one of the materials that you normally use and see how that prints out, or see how that one cuts out. You may want to do a test if you're not as familiar with the settings. All right, you guys, so that's going to be it for this tutorial. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section below. Of course, as always, thank you so much for being here, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.